love yourself enough to improve your health.
This is why I love you. It's not like, okay, cut off your right arm, throw it in the ocean, and let's regrow an arm. You know what I'm saying? Like, you are really giving us, because honestly, at 53 years old, I ain't got time to do all of the stuff that I keep hearing everywhere I turn.
You can do this. You can take that power back, and it feels so dang good when you do it.
Hey, y'all, my guest today went from living paycheck to paycheck as a personal trainer to becoming one of the most recognized faces in health and wellness. She has helped millions transform their whole entire lives with her wildly popular online fitness training. Her mission is to help you become your happiest, your healthiest self without restriction, without deprivation. She has got this new hormone balance program, y'all, that is a total game changer. That's why I wanted to have her on the show. I need to talk hormones because, I'm 53 and fabulous, but 53 and got some hormones, honey. I can't wait to talk to her about it. Y'all, welcome.
Autumn Calabrese.
Okay, Autumn, we sing you into this show, honey. Hello.
Hi.
Okay, you had me at hormones, girl. I'm telling you, I don't think I have any more hormones. I think I'm in the negative with my hormones. But so we got so much to talk about. Much to talk about. You are a powerhouse in fitness and in nutrition. Tell me how this started. When you went from paycheck to paycheck, tell me about that journey, because you're fitness over 40 and you're killing the game. And how did that become a thing for you?
Thank you so much. I think I've always had a passion for helping people in general. Like, that's been something since I was a little kid that I really liked. Growing up, I was a dancer, and I thought that was going to be my path in life, was to dance, because I was always so moved and so inspired when I would watch people dance or in the movies and, even in music videos. So I kind of thought that was going to be my path. It didn't. I ended up with some injuries that derailed me. But I knew I wasn't really destined to sit at a desk, that I'm
right.
full of energy. I always want to be up and moving and doing things. And I went through some pretty hard stuff with dance when I was in college with my ballet master, just being very negative to me. And so I really felt like I couldn't go teach dance. There was a lot of mental and emotional blocks with it, but I still loved the movement side of it. And so I went on the journey of getting my first personal training certification through the National Academy of Sports Medicine. And as soon as I started going through that, I had already started learning anatomy and physiology in college because I was a dance major, and those were things that we had to learn anyways. But the more I dove into it, the more I loved it, the more I found this new passion for it. I'm Italian. I grew up eating great food, pizza, pasta, subs. My dad had an Italian restaurant. And I had times in my life where I struggled a little bit with my weight. I can't ever say that it was way off track, but there were definitely times I didn't feel comfortable in my skin. And so I really wanted to get that knowledge as well. And I've spent 20 years learning and diving into the science of both fitness and nutrition and how it impacts our overall health. But yeah, I started off as a trainer doing in-home personal training. I ended up getting a specialty in pre and postnatal fitness. So for a while, I was working with women during their pregnancy, after, even before conception, so that they felt like their body was ready to carry the baby. I ended up at Equinox I think I was there for 6 or 7 years, I got picked up by Beachbody. And yeah, it's like,
I love Beachbody. Yeah.
It's a really long, people see success and they think like, oh, that just happened overnight. And I'm like, well, there was about 20. Well, by the time I got signed with Beachbody, I was 33. So there was 33 years of working before that happened.
Well, you know what? Let's talk nutrition and hormones and that correlation, because we just got back from family vacation, right? And my family's like yours. We're very Southern. So you're very Italian, and Southerners are very similar in the fact we can throw some food back, right? Like, we love to eat. And Autumn, we went to the parks, we're in Florida, we go to the parks, and I'm going to say something that might be a bit controversial and people might like get a little freaked out about when I say this, but I was looking around and I turned to my best friend and I said, obesity is an epidemic.
Mm-hmm.
Like I've experienced it. My best friend has experienced it. I have family members, but I'm just looking around at people, even young people. I have an 18-year-old that struggles with it. I have, and I'm looking around going, we are just big in America.
Yeah.
And then I look at all the chronic illness, and then I look at the hormone deficiency, and I'm looking at, because I mean, when you hit like over 40, like how you said, you're over 40 fitness, guru, you start thinking about not just looking thin and cute in a bathing suit. You start thinking health, right?
Yes.
What is going on with that nutrition and what it's doing to our health? And I don't mean just what's going on with the negative side of it, because I think we can't fix the problem unless we know what the problem is, right?
Exactly.
Because I mean, I looked around, Autumn, I couldn't believe it. It was like everybody had a weight issue.
We have to acknowledge it. We're living in a time, so
Correct.
I'll say something controversial right now that nobody likes to hear. And actually, believe it or not, Kim, the biggest thing is it's directed at women.
It is.
Okay? You're never going to see an obese man on the cover of a health magazine with the title that it's healthy at any size. If you ask a guy about
I didn't think about that.
And it's doing us a disservice. I'm not saying everybody needs to be teeny tiny size 0.
No, I get it. Yeah.
But I say this all the time. There's two sides of a coin. And we would not look at somebody that was unhealthy thin, right? Possibly diagnosed with an eating disorder like anorexia. I'm using medical terms right now. We would not look at that person and say, healthy at any size. But for some reason, we will look at the person, and again, I'm going to use medical terms because I'm not putting anybody down, but we will look at somebody that would be
it is medical. It is medical. It is.
Yeah, if somebody was clinically diagnosed obese, there's lifestyle diseases that come along with that. And for
I had it.
And it's hard, and we don't want to just acknowledge that is a real thing and that it does impact our health. And that I'm not saying it's easy, because we live in a world where there is so much fake food, ultra processed food. It's all around us.
Sugar. Yeah.
Yes, I know the chemicals. So that's part of it. Look, the food companies are doing what they're doing.
Let's talk about that, because I just, again, y'all, we're talking about this. I like how you're coming at it from a fitness, nutrition, wellness point of view, because we have to address the real problem before we can take, that's what happened to me. All I can say, Autumn, for me is I lost 55 pounds.
That's amazing.
And my pre-diabetes, went away. There was so many things that happened to me health-wise. And I just had to, I saw myself eating, I tracked it, over 4,000 calories a day. And it was mostly fake food, like you said. And it was a wake-up call to me. And we got to have a wake-up call, right?
We have to. We have to stop with the, like, if somebody tells me I can't eat all the sugar I want, or I can't drink all the sugar I want, or not even tells me I can't, but tells me I shouldn't because it's not healthy, that is restrictive, or that's diet culture. It's not. There are things out there that are restrictive in diet culture, but that is not. That is acknowledging. I'm not saying don't ever have a cocktail or don't ever have a glass of wine, but I'm saying if you're taking the bottle down every night, if that's your go-to way to relax, is 2 glasses, 3 glasses of wine at the end of a long day, it's not good for you. And we can identify very quickly, like take alcohol, for instance, right? Like, oh, nobody wants to hear it. Okay, well, can we get something called alcohol poisoning if you drink too much? Yes, because it's a toxin to your body. Mm-hmm. In the presence of alcohol, not many people know this, but when there's alcohol present in your body won't use any of the protein, carbohydrates, or fat for all of its vital processes. The alcohol is a toxin, and your body is smart. It knows it needs to clear that before it can use any of those food things. So while it can use the calories from the alcohol, it can't use it efficiently. But then what happens to all that food that you're eating while you're drinking it? it's going to get stored as fat.
Y'all, I just found out that I was being charged every single month for 8 different streaming services. 8. Can you believe that? And I'm sure it's my kid's fault, Travis's fault, and the whole group. You sign up, you sign up. But today's sponsor, Rocket Money, is here to help me get it back on track. Rocket Money is an all-in-one personal finance app that helps you cancel subscriptions, lower your bills, and manage your money better. And God knows I need that. I love using Rocket Money to cancel unwanted subscriptions. It's so easy, and here's how it works. Once you connect your bank account, Rocket Money identifies all of your subscriptions in a single list. And from there, you can select the ones you don't want anymore, and Rocket Money may be able to help you even cancel with these just literally a few taps. Rocket Money has helped its customers save up to $740 a year when you use all of their app's premium features. Seriously, y'all, you've got to try this app. You can save money, lower your bills, and Rocket Money can even help you set a customized budget. And Travis Gravel is loving that. You can start for free by using this link, rocketmoney.com/Kim Gravel. Go ahead and take control of your finances today. Go to rocketmoney.com/Kim Gravel to get started for free. I don't even think my kids have ever watched some of these streaming services. So, get Rocket Money, y'all. It's going to work for you. It's overwhelming because there's so many messages coming. That's why we need you in the world, because there's so much messaging coming at us telling us, do this, do this, do this. Is it really do this, do this, do this? Or is it just now, are we at a point where do something? We need to start doing, we need to make a move towards something that is going to get us in a better place. But where can we get started right now? Because you know what? We do get upset and beautiful at all sizes, and all that is true. But there is not a woman I have talked to that's I love my body. I don't want to lose 1 pound. I don't know that woman, because everybody my age are dealing with something, the extra 10 pounds from hormones or from menopause. So where do we start?
Yeah, and that leads to, by the way, that's hot flashes and night sweats and low libido and mood swings and trouble sleeping and painful joints. It's not even, the weight is one thing, but there's so many things. I think recognizing that you don't have to do a complete 180 to start moving in the right direction. Yes, I have programs out there. I've got programs, and it's the program, if you take it on, it might, for some people, it might be a complete 180, and some people might be all ready for that. And great, let's do it. But we could start with the most basic things. Start your day with a glass of water. Let's get some hydration before you put the caffeine in. Let's just put the water in. You just went probably at least 10 hours without drinking anything by the time, you unwound at the end of the night, went to bed, slept, blah, blah, blah. Let's put some water in. We can do that. I like to use the term crowding out, right? So if you're somebody that looks at oh my gosh, mentally it gets in my head if I can't have, then don't tell yourself you can't have soda, you can't have dessert, you can't have wine. Instead say, if I'm going to have a glass of wine, I'm going to have 8 ounces of water first. Great. Now you're hydrated. And then before you have the next glass, I'm going to have 8 more ounces. It's going to slow you down, I promise. And it's going to keep your body hydrated. Instead of saying, I can't have the dessert, look and ask yourself, do you even eat vegetables? I mean, there's so many people that don't even eat vegetables in a day. So maybe just say, can I get a serving of vegetables in today? Let me try. Let me try a new way. Let me try a new vegetable. Let me try a new way to prepare it. Are you eating fruit? Let me try a new fruit. Because I also like to say that at the end of the day, yes, I have all these nutrition programs, one for hormone health, one for gut health, portion control, balanced macronutrients. But there's a lot of just common sense to nutrition that we're
basic.
Not using.
Yes.
We're just not using. We know that if it's packaged and processed and loaded with sugar, it's not going to be the best for our body. We know that whole foods, things that grow out of the ground, things that come from nature are going to be the things that are best for us. Now, here's where it gets hard. Our taste buds, right? If you've been eating the ultra processed foods, they're overstimulated. So you need that sugar, you need all that salt, and usually those chemicals, right? Like that's what makes it taste good. You're gonna have to probably go through a solid 7 to 10 days of eating healthy to sort of start to reset your taste buds. And that's the hard part. That's those first 2 weeks, I feel like, are always the hardest 2 weeks because you're going to have to detox from the sugar, detox from the caffeine, rehydrate yourself. And it's uncomfortable. It doesn't feel good. Take a walk, moving your body. It gives you endorphins.
Yeah.
It's going to help clear the excess blood sugar out. So there's all these little tiny things that you could do. Can you pick one a week? Can you pick maybe 1 or 2 a day to start to add in?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying about you, what you're just saying. I mean, basically you're saying, let's add more water. You're not saying stop this. You're saying add in. So add more water, add more vegetables, and take a small walk. This is digestible things. This is why I love you. It's not like, okay, cut off your right arm, throw it in the ocean, and let's regrow an arm. You know what I'm saying? Like you are really giving us, because honestly, at 53 years old, I ain't got time to do all of the stuff that I keep hearing everywhere I turn. And sometimes, you know what, Autumn? Sometimes I just want to go follow you on social media and listen to what you have to say. And I'm not ready to implement any of it yet. But at least I'm starting somewhere.
Yes.
I'm starting to, yeah.
And when you're ready, you'll start to. Now, I will say this. If you take my new hormone health program, Belvital, it's a pretty big overhaul. It was even a big overhaul for me, somebody that's in it. But when I'm talking about rebalancing hormones through lifestyle, there are a lot of steps we have to take. We have to recognize that blood sugar and insulin resistance are a major cause of hormonal imbalance. So we got to look at the nutrition and go, okay, we're going to adjust our macros a little bit here. We're going to actually, believe it or not, you're going to go for a little bit higher in healthy fats. That's a good thing. We need those healthy fats. We're going to have
What's a healthy fat? What's a healthy fat?
Great question. So it could be anything from avocado and hummus to olives, olive oil, nuts, nut or seed butters, nuts. Those are healthy fats. All of those things count as healthy fats. Now, I'm not saying we're going to be over the top with it, but most people aren't getting in the healthy fats. We're getting a lot of the omega-6s, the inflammatory fats. We're not getting the healthy ones that our brain needs and our body needs, because hormones are going to be made from what we're eating. And if we're not eating the right things, then those hormones aren't going to get made. This is a big one that people also don't realize. The fat in our body as a whole is an endocrine organ. Our fat produces hormones. So if you have an excessive amount of body fat, your levels could be off. Your estrogen could be too high, progesterone could be too low. Same thing if you don't have enough body fat, right? Like if we're excessively thin, that's why a lot of times when women are really thin or athletes, they sometimes lose their menstrual cycle, right? Like, so we'll acknowledge it on one end, but we don't always want to acknowledge it on the other. So we address the nutrition. We cut way back on the added sugars. We do take out the 5 most inflammatory foods, or the ones that we know to be very inflammatory: gluten, corn, soy, dairy, sugar, no alcohol, no soda. We're taking those things out for 3 months. And some people will go, well, that's restrictive. And I go, well, that's what's needed when your hormones are out of balance and you're having hot flashes and night sweats and all the things. We got to do a shift to get them back on course. We've got to look at exercise. We have to move our bodies. They're made to move. A body in motion stays in motion, but we don't have to beat our body into submission. So I do a combination of at-home Pilates, strength training, doing that strength training and building that muscle mass. That muscle is going to help our bodies use the sugar that we consume. It's going to help stimulate testosterone and growth hormone, things that we need. So we got to move our body. We just don't want to beat it, because when we beat it down, we cause bigger cortisol spikes. That leads me to our third point. We got to learn to manage our stress. We are living in a time where we are just in chronic stress. And that's
my problem. That is my personal problem.
Same. And it throws everything. Those big cortisol spikes, those throw hormones out of balance. And we get so used to living in chronic stress that we just accept it as normal, but it's not normal. Our bodies, they're pretty miraculous that they can even keep us going under the levels of stress that we are under these days. But at a certain point, they burn out. So we use stress management techniques. And when I say stress management techniques, I'm talking easy. Breathing. We all breathe. You got to breathe, but you're probably breathing really shallow. So can you breathe just deeper into your belly? Like slow inhale, slow exhale. You'll feel your body reset in about 60 seconds. So we use those three components.
Is it that simple, Autumn? Because I think, I know, I like how you're putting this just like 1, 2, 3, more water, this, breathe. I think women are overwhelmed. I think we're overwhelmed with this hormone discussion, this weight issue, this, I should look in the mirror and love what I see, but I look in the mirror and want to lose 30 pounds. I mean, that inner argument that we have with ourselves, that inner fight that we have with ourselves, it's really, we're our own worst enemy a lot of the times.
Yeah. Yeah. And like you said, it's that battle of I should love myself, but I want to see this improve. And the world is telling me, oh my gosh, you're bad if you want to improve. And you're not. You can love yourself enough to improve your health.
Come on. Okay, that's your tagline, honey. You just wrote your own tagline. You say that again louder for the cheap seats.
Yes, love yourself enough to improve your health.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it's about. It's not about judging somebody on their size. I say that all the time. I have zero judgment on anybody for where you're at in your journey. We've all experienced different things in life, different challenges, different genetic issues. But love yourself enough, right? When people love yourself where you're at, the world doesn't need to tell you to be smaller. Okay. Can you just love yourself enough to drink the water? Can you this is when we talk about the one place that you have to live, the one real place you have to live is your body. Wherever you go, there it is. So you got to take care of it.
You got to take care. Let me ask you this. If someone's listening, and they are right now, and I bet you probably 75% of the women listening to this now struggle with this internally every single day. Probably 90% of women struggle with it. I don't care what size you are internally. Give me the easiest program to start with you, Autumn, to just take that first step because this is the thing. There's a lot of different programs out there. There's a lot of different books. I mean, we know the knowledge. I mean, we have the knowledge at our fingertips. What is going to give me the desire and decide to change? Can you talk to us right now about that? What makes us make the decision to change?
You've got to be just fed up with where you're at. You really have to be able to acknowledge that you're fed up with where you're at, with whatever it is. If you're fed up with the joints hurting, you're fed up with being tired, not being able to keep up with your kids, your mood. Listen, you can be fed up with not feeling sexy or not feeling good in your own skin. Whatever that is for you, you could say, I'm done with my own excuses. Because that's really where you have to get to. You got to be done with your own excuses so that you can make the change. Because you can have progress or you can have excuses, but you can't have both. You can't have no time to cook, no time to eat healthy, no time to exercise, but think that something's going to change. And all of a sudden, miraculously, you're going to be healthy. You can't have both. So I would say I'm going to give you 2 programs, and I'm going to explain why I'm giving one or the other. 21-day fix or 4-week gut protocol, I would tell you is the best place to start. 21-day fix, the nutrition
21 days.
is balanced macronutrients, portion control. So you're still going to get to eat the food you love. You can have the desserts, you can have the cocktails, you can go out to dinner, no problem. The workouts are 30 minutes long. There's a modifier in there. The movement patterns are really basic. So you learn the basics of using weights, but it's not crazy heavy weight training. We go 7 days a week for 21 days, but there's 2 recovery days in there. We have a yoga day and a Pilates day, and these are very basic yoga and Pilates. You don't have to fear that either. That was my first program with Beachbody. That has literally helped, I would probably say, tens of millions of people lose weight, get off, improve their health. Now, what I will say with the original 21-day fix is the workouts are 30 minutes. That does not mean that they're going to be easy. They are going to push you. So if that sounds a little like overwhelming to you, the 30-minute workouts pushing you cardio-wise a little, then there's 4-week gut protocol. The nutrition of 4-week gut protocol is a little bit more challenging, but the workouts are 4 days a week, still 30 minutes. There's a modifier. It's very low impact. There's no jumping in it. It's slow, eccentric muscle.
Doable. It's doable.
So that is doable. With the nutrition, we're still practicing portion control and balanced macronutrients, but we take out those inflammatory foods that I mentioned we do in hormone health as well. The gluten, the corn, the soy, the dairy, the alcohol. We cut way back on the added sugars. So you got to know where your strength is and maybe where your challenge is. If your strength is in, I've got my nutrition under control, but I'm really scared of the workouts, maybe go with 4-week gut protocol and 4 weeks for everybody. That's the fitness that goes with it. But if you're like, I feel pretty good about pushing myself for 30 minutes and I want a little bit more freedom with my nutrition, summer's here, barbecue, I want to know if I have the drink, I'm still on plan, then I would go 21-day fix. I would just say, do something. Pick a plan.
Right.
Pick a plan.
Right.
Having a plan is what makes it easiest because a lot of times it is overwhelming, like you said. And so you try to start doing this and you try to do that. And it can get like, am I even doing anything? And am I making any progress? What should I be feeling right now? That's the beauty of having a plan.
Well, and just make the decision. We have to just decide. And it's people like you. You've got to go follow Autumn on all her social media. I'm going to check out that 21 day because 21 days, they say, really creates a new habit. And you can do anything for 21 days. And so if anybody else watching wants to join me in that, let's put something up. Everybody email me or whatever. And if you're willing to do it, I'll do it with you. We'll do it together because I'm ready to take my health game to the next level, Autumn, and I need a program that's going to do. I don't want to have to think. I think too much. The last thing I want to do, I just want you to tell me what to do.
So, Kim, I'm going to invite you in if you would like, or if any of your followers would like. One of my best friends, his name is Donald. So 21-day fix, we have the original 21-day fix. Then we did a version called real time. Then we did a version called the super block. They're all very similar. The workouts change a little bit, but same concept.
Yeah.
My friend Donald is in the real-time program with me and he's in the super block with me. So we actually just kicked off a group. We've got 500 people in it. We're going through all 3 versions of 21-day fix this summer. And we're letting people come into the group at any point that they want. And we just started with the original 21-day fix. So if you would like, I would love to add you to the group. There's so much support and motivation and it's
I
fun.
think we should do it. Yes.
And if any of your people listening would like to come in, I can give you the link where they can come join that group. But we would love to have them. The whole point is to make fitness and nutrition fun all summer long.
And easy. Okay. Everybody, that's what we're doing. If you want to join the 21 day, we get the link. We can put it on our social media, Zach. We'll send it out in our blast, email blast, or whatever. Yeah. Let's do it, Autumn. Count me in. Okay, before you go, because I know you're busy, we do this thing with everybody called rapid fire. So what we're going to ask you a question, girl. What comes up comes out. So don't think about it. You ain't going to have a problem with this, girl.
Rapid fire questions.
What's your number one health hack?
Walking.
I know, right?
Believe it or not, it does so much for us. It's low impact. It's good for moving our body. It clears the mind. It helps balance the blood sugar. It's something that we can do. That's it.
I have a question about walking.
Yes.
To get the most out of walking, is there a certain time you should do it? Like I've heard you should walk after you eat or before you eat or something like that for just to sort of get the most out of it and help your gut health and all of that.
I feel like for what we're talking about, you're going to get the most out of it whenever you do it. The biggest thing is.
Okay. Love that answer.
That's right.
That's good. Thank you. All right. Thank you. You're right.
And by the way, if you've got 30 minutes and you want to go for 30 minutes, go for 30 minutes. But if you're like, that's overwhelming or I don't have time, 10 minutes after lunch, 10 minutes after dinner, great. It's just,
We overcomplicate it.
Yeah.
We overcomplicate it. I'm telling you.
Yeah, I'm trying to optimize. I should just walk. I should stop
Just
thinking
do
and
it.
go for a walk.
Just do it.
Yeah.
Okay. What's your number one workout song, Autumn?
Ooh, Carrie Underwood, Champion.
Ooh. Oh, I will put that on my playlist.
That one gets me.
You need to make a playlist for all of us too.
I have
Make a playlist.
so many, and I actually will start dropping
girl.
that group. It's my favorite. This music moves me.
Drop it like it's hot. Okay, here we go. What's your favorite piece of content or workout or program that you've made?
Boy, that's a hard one.
I know.
I'm gonna say the OG 21 Day Fix, because it is what launched me with Beachbody. It has helped, like I said, tens of millions of people. And it's the one that opened me up to really be able to fulfill this dream that I've had. And I've loved everything I've been able to create since, and they all have special places. But that first one is like so near and dear to my heart.
What's one piece of gym equipment that you would just get rid of out of every gym in America? Oh, I've got so many.
I know. It's, believe it or not, like a lot of it is like the isolation machines, like, the quad extension or the hamstring curl, like isolation machines. I like more functional, get up and move through the movement. So I would say that. What's
one sentence you would put on a billboard in Times Square? If you had one, what would it be? What was the one thing you would put on it? I know.
I can. I can.
Stop.
Believe it or not, like just that. I think so simple. Like, I mean, I've got a million motivational things that I say. You could do anything for 60 seconds, but I can. I think we're in a time where we doubt ourselves so much. And those two are so powerful.
And so flippin' true.
Mm-hmm. You can do hard things. You can change
our health. We can change our health. We have the control to, and you know what I love about the body and how God created the body? It heals itself.
Yes. Stop trying to outsmart it.
Well, God knows I ain't that smart, so I can't do that. Okay, here we go. If you needed to start a brand new, totally new career tomorrow, what would it be?
I would want to learn to be a chef. I can't say that I would be able to start the career because I'm great at following a recipe, but I'm not great at creating one. That's my brother's strong suit. But I do think that being a chef would be really cool because I love food. And I love to express love through feeding people with delicious food that's good for their body.
Your favorite healthy snack?
Fruit.
Okay, favorite fruit then.
Strawberries are one of my favorite go-to. I do love a good strawberry.
I'm on a good strawberry kick, and they have to be in season too, very ripe. Okay, what's your favorite junk food? And don't give me like salted kale chips. I mean, I want a good junk food.
Oh, no. Are we going sweet or salty? Like,
let's do both. Let's do both.
Pizza is like my all-time favorite thing. I wouldn't necessarily put it in the junk category. I would just put it in the don't overdo it category. But I love pizza. Okay. I'm a cookie girl. Like the texture, a little gooey on the inside, a little crunchy on the outside, some chocolate. Oh, yeah.
I love it. What's your favorite pizza topping? Because like pizza is, I've started putting pineapple on my pizza lately. Oh, pepperoni?
But pepperoni and pineapple together.
Isn't that great?
Now you get some.
You know what I learned in India? Sweet corn is amazing on pizza. Just corn is so good on pizza, and no one here does that.
Mm-mm. Well, we can't overdo it, the corn, because we get too much corn.
Yeah. We got to be careful on the.
But this is junk food, and hey, we're junking it. This is junk food question. Okay,
so do it.
Who is your celebrity crush?
Okay, well, my biggest celebrity crush ever is no longer with us, and it was Patrick Swayze.
Oh my gosh, right? Dirty Dancing. Oh, and okay. Do you remember? I saw this the other day on TV. What was it? Roadhouse. Did you watch the Roadhouse?
Yes, amazing. Yes, love Point Break.
Point Break was epic. I'm gonna have to go pull that one out and watch it again. Okay, Point Break. Oh my gosh. Okay, last question, Autumn. What is for everybody, but in particularly women, because I know you're into the hormone, the gut health. What would you say to women out there, or one woman out there who's just desperate to get her groove back, get her hormones in balance, get her body back to where it's recognizable from when it used to be? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's possible. It's more in your power and your control than we're being led to believe. I'm not saying there's not a place for hormone replacement therapy. That's between you and your doctor. Like, some of us need it, but there's so much more power that is in our hands when it comes to our lifestyle habits. And take that power back. Like, again, you can do this. You can take that power back, and it feels so dang good when you do it. Confidence doesn't necessarily come from the end result, right? The confidence doesn't come from I made it to X size. Confidence, I believe, comes from when you're putting in the consistency, because then you're proud. You're showing up. You're not taking the shortcut out. You're like, yeah, I'm doing this. And I am so proud of myself. That first day when you're like, eat healthy and you're on track and you hit whatever the goals are you want to hit for the day, you're like, oh, I did it. Okay, I made it through day one. And then you do it the next day and you're like, heck yeah, I did it again. And then by day 3, you do it again. And then you look in the mirror and you realize, like, maybe a little the inflammation's going away. And the confidence that you can keep going starts to build. So it's not about, I can't feel good again until I get to the very end of a program or until I get to the smallest size, whatever. It's build the habits that build the confidence that builds the consistency.
Great. And I'm just going to do your billboard phrase. I can. Okay. Go follow Autumn on social media. It's Autumn Calabrese. That is all her social media. And her YouTube channel is called Autumn Calabrese Fitness. And you can find her hormone program on her website at autumncalabrese.com. And check out her new podcast, which is called Everything's Perfect. It's so much fun. I love that. Autumn, I want to join the 21-day challenge. I want you guys to join it with me. Let's do this. Let's be the summer of us. No, yes. We're doing the summer of I can with you, Autumn.
Yes.
We're going to do it.
Friends, it is the summer of I can. Kim, I'm going to send you the link. We're going to put you in there. And we're going to get you
We're going to put the link in this. We're going to put the link in this episode. And y'all, let's do this together. I'm telling you, the sisterhood and the doing it, as friends, locked arm in arm is the way to go. I mean, we'll be so much stronger, so much more confident, and we'll have a lot of fun. Girl, you got to come back.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Let's do it. Let's check back in end of summer, see how it all goes.
It's going to go well. We're going to be hot. It's hot girl summer, Autumn. It's hot girl summer.
I'm here for it.
Bye, girl.
Bye.
Zach Miller is the executive producer of The Kim Gravel Show. His production company is Uncommon Audio. Our producer is Kathleen Grant, the brunette exec. Production help from Emily Breeden and Sarah Noto. Our cover art is designed by Sanaz Huber at Mammarian Creative. Our show is edited by Mike Kligerman. Our guest intros are performed by Roxy Reese. Our guest booking is done by Central Talent Booking. Our ads are furnished by True Native Media. And y'all, I want to give a big, huge thank you to the entire team at QVC Plus. And a special thank you to our audience for making this community so strong. If you are still listening, then you must have liked a few episodes along the way. So tell somebody about it. Tell somebody about this show. And join our mailing list at thekimgravelshow.com. I cannot do this show without you, and so I thank you from the bottom of my heart for listening. I hope you've gained a little bit of encouragement, light, and love from watching and listening to The Kimberly Show. I love y'all so much. Until next time, bye, y'all.